Have you ever noticed something strange when something good happens in your life? Maybe you achieve something important. Maybe you start improving yourself. Maybe your life slowly begins to move forward. At first, everything feels normal, but then something changes. Some people around you start behaving differently. They still smile, they still talk normally, but something about their reaction feels off. Their words sound supportive, but their tone feels strange. And deep down, you begin to wonder why some people become uncomfortable when you start doing better. The truth is, not everyone around you is happy about your growth. Some people don't celebrate your success. Instead, they silently compete with it. And jealousy rarely appears in an obvious way. Most of the time, it hides behind subtle behaviors that are easy to miss if you're not paying attention. One of the most common signs appears when you achieve something meaningful. When you share your success with someone, their reaction doesn't feel as excited as you expected. Instead of celebrating with you, they try to make your achievement sound smaller than it really is. They might say things like, "It's not a big deal," or "Anyone could have done it," or "Maybe you were just lucky." It may sound harmless at first, but psychologically, this behavior reveals something deeper. Because when someone is jealous, admitting your success feels like admitting their own insecurity. So instead of appreciating your achievement, they try to shrink it. Another strange behavior appears through compliments. Jealous people often give compliments that feel slightly uncomfortable. At first, it sounds like praise, but if you listen carefully, there's always a hidden insult inside the sentence. They might say something like, "Wow, you did great. I didn't expect that from you." Or they might say, "Nice job. You finally did something right." These are called backhanded compliments. They allow someone to look supportive on the surface while secretly expressing their insecurity at the same time. Sometimes jealousy also shows itself through imitation. You might notice that someone starts copying many things about you, your style, your ideas, even the goals you talk about. At first, it may look like admiration, but after a while, it starts feeling strange because their intention isn't really inspiration. Instead of learning from you, they feel the need to compete with you. Your success becomes something they feel pressured to match, and this silent competition can slowly change the energy between two people. One of the clearest moments when jealousy becomes visible is during failure. When things go wrong in your life, some people suddenly become more interested in your situation. They may pretend to be concerned, but something about their reaction feels different. Their tone sounds lighter, their attitude seems more relaxed. Sometimes you can even sense a quiet satisfaction behind their sympathy. This happens because your failure temporarily removes the threat they feel from your success. In that moment, they feel safer again. Another sign of hidden jealousy is constant comparison. Some people turn every situation into a competition without even realizing it. If you achieve something, they immediately feel the need to prove something about themselves. If people appreciate you, they try to redirect the attention. If you buy something new, they suddenly need something better. Their mind is always measuring their life against yours. And this comparison slowly creates tension, because in their mind, your progress automatically means they are falling behind. Sometimes jealousy appears in a more subtle way. When you talk about your plans or your dreams, instead of encouraging you, they start pointing out every possible problem. They tell you things like, "That might not work," or "That sounds risky," or "Maybe you should stay where you are." At first, it sounds like advice, but often it is simply fear disguised as concern. Because if you succeed, it forces them to face something uncomfortable about their own life. And sometimes the biggest sign of jealousy isn't something people say, it's the energy they bring when good things happen to you. When genuine people hear about your success, they naturally feel happy, but jealous people often become quiet. They might change the subject, they might avoid the conversation, or they might slowly distance themselves from you. Your growth reminds them of something they're struggling with internally, and that discomfort becomes visible in their behavior. But here's the most important thing to remember. Jealousy is rarely about you. It is usually about how someone feels about themselves. Your success simply reflects something they're not ready to confront in their own life. So the smartest response is not anger, and it is not confrontation. The smartest response is growth. Keep improving yourself, keep moving forward, and allow your success to speak louder than any jealousy around you. Because in the end, the most powerful answer to silent jealousy is a life that keeps getting better.